some you need to do that problem before. So I'm recording this video. Okay, good evening. Uh, we'll start with uh, this part. Um, okay, I'm going to present. Others, can you allow people to join? Then because once I present, I start presenting. I cannot allow you actually. Okay. Okay. So I'll start the presentation. Hmm. Just tell me if you can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So okay. So we were talking about this circuit. Okay. We're talking about this kind of graph where we said this graph is actually basically the skeleton of a circuit. Okay. It just takes in it just considers the node. One of the node is taken to be a ground node. The voltages at different nodes are compared against that. You know all know that. Now one node may be connected to the other node. That's this connection is either termed as a branch or a link. Now this branch or a link may be made up of different elements, like this branch, like branch I, branch 1 can be made up of resistance, inductance, resistance in parallel with inductance. Then we have a current source or something like that. Okay, so this gives you the structure how these things are connected. Now this is a graph. Now this graph has two parts in it. One is called the tree and the other is called the core tree. This method of this method of calculation of circuits you have not studied before. Okay, you have studied before, that was the node analysis, mesh analysis, those are, but those things are actually derived from this graph theory. This is actually a part of graph theory. Now what happens is that from whatever the graph you get, you have two subgraphs. One subgraph you call as a tree which has branches, and the other subgraph you call it as co-tree which has links. Branches branches are the connection between the different nodes, but there will be no connection between node such that a closed loop will form. So in the co-tree in the tree or the subgraph, there should be no closed loop. The core tree is just the other side. It contains of all the rest of the elements. These for the graphs, these branches we call it as a element. Okay, the element will be divided into two parts. One is branches, the other is link. So any this connection we call it as elements. So the tree has branches, co-tree has links. For example, just I'm repeating everything once again. So you see the number of element is 9. E is equal to 9. That means there are 9 elements here. You see all the elements are numbered, and total there are 9 elements. Okay. M is 5. That means total number of nodes is 5. The number of branch should be equal to m minus 1, that is 5 minus 1 equal to 4. M, the value m is actually the total number of nodes. The total number of nodes is 5, including the 0. The number of branch should be equal to the total number of nodes minus 1. That means if you remove the one node, you are left, whatever nodes, number of nodes you are left with, that is the number of branch you should have. The rest number of elements should be links. So E minus B should be 5. Got it? So then we had seen something called the primitive network. Now, what is this primitive network? It is just a network that is inside this branch or element. Okay, this element number 2 can carry a lot of things. Here it is only represented by a line, but it can be a series resistance connected with a inductance in parallel with a capacitor, whatever. But it is just, it shows the connection. So what we will do is that we'll create we will create something called a primitive network. It is that circuit that represents this element, the branch. Okay. Now, for example, you can have only two combinations. One is this source with the series resistance, or sorry, the voltage source with the series resistance, or current source with the series resistance. These two types of elements you can only find. Okay. Now, if these elements are being structured like this, I hope all of you can see this, whatever written, whatever is written here. Anyone? Because I think I'll just zoom it a bit. Okay. So at the top, some message, but I won't be able. Whatever. So Soumya, can you just see this properly? These
Yes, sir.
whatever written here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So you have so this whatever this entire this thing actually a part of a branch. This is also a part of a branch. This is a primitive circuit. So the branch can be divided, it can be thought of, it can have a source with a series resistance or a current source with with an admittance, a parallel admittance. Now the voltage at this point is called ER and this point is called ES. Okay. A current IRS is flowing through this branch. IRS is from R to S. You have an ERS, that is a voltage source, and a resistance ZRS. So with this equation, you can this equation with this circuit or with this branch, you can write this equation that VRS, that is the voltage across this entire set of elements, plus ERS, that is this voltage, is equal to ZRS into IRS. Just make sure you are clear with this. Okay, if you have any problem, tell me now, right now. Ramrai, just go through this.
Yes, sir.
Next, next, this is one of the combination. This is one more combination. One more combination is what? JRS and this YRS are in parallel. So a current, again a current IRS is flowing from ER to ES, but now JRS is coming inside. So the current here should be IRS plus JRS. The current through the admittance would be IRS plus JRS. Okay. So hence I can write IRS plus JRS equal to YRS VRS. Okay. So these elements, this set of elements is governed by this equation. These set of elements are governed by this equation, the I and J. Now consider these elements to be placed on the branches. These elements to be placed on the branches. Okay. Now, if only one type of element is placed, actually these two elements are interchangeable. You have done in your circuit analysis source transformation, so you can transform this to this to this, like the voltage uh, resistance to current admittance, that can be easily transferred. Okay, so but in our power system, you normally we do the current source and admittance. So let us assume that all the elements of this graph have this kind of a circuit. All the elements of the graph have this kind of a circuit. Okay, that if we represent in a matrix format can be written like this. This is a set of all the current in the branches. This I, capital I, this capital I is that all the IRS, all the IRS, and this capital J is all the JRS. Okay, is equal to a Y, is a Y matrix. This is not the bus admittance matrix. Remember, this is a primitive Y matrix into a voltage matrix. This voltage matrix is actually this voltage, the voltage across an element. Okay, how many of you have solved it, the circuit I have given you, or at least tried? I will do it with you today. Okay, so what the circuit was something like this. We are not going to solve the circuit in the way we do. We are going to solve the circuit as graph theory, as graph theory tells us to do. Okay, I guess this was a circuit. This was 1 ampere, 2 ampere. I guess these are the values. 3, it was 7, and this was 5. So we have seen that this circuit can be represented by a graph that has three elements, two nodes. We'll not consider this. This is the ground node, so it will not come into picture. So let us give it some direction. Okay. Now I want you to find the bus admittance matrix. I have told you how to find. Someone tell me the first row.
Sir, 0 to 1, the arrow direction is wrong.
0 to whatever direction you take.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. For the graph theory, you're only connected with the orientation. Whatever direction you take doesn't matter. Okay. So let's say, okay, maybe morning I have taken in the opposite direction. So whether it is whatever, let us take this direction. Yeah, fine. Now you tell me what are the columns? Columns are nodes, right? So you have node 1 and node 2. The rows are elements. Okay, let us give them name. Element 1, element 2, element 3. 1, 2, and 3. What is the first element? The first, this one, A11, Ramrai will tell.
minus 1.
Minus 1. Why?
Current which is towards the node 1.
You are talking about this, you are taking the first element to the first node. Okay. First element is connected to the first node and the direction is inside towards the node. So obviously it is minus 1. Okay. You have to answer like that. Okay. What is this element?
0.
0. Very good. Because the first element and second node, there is no connection between this element and the second node. For the second one, second element and the first node. Second
0.
element is not connected to first node. It's 0. How about
Zero.
what about this element? This value
1.
1.
1, because second element is connected to the second node and it is the direction is it's coming. It is 1. Okay. Now 3. 3 is this. What is the first value?
1.
1. 3 is connected to 1 and orientation is away from 1. Yes, then it is 1. And this would be minus 1.
-1.
Hmm? Okay. V bus would be nothing but the matrix containing the node voltages. So this would be V1 and V2. Okay. Now look at this equation. V, that is, we are talking about this V. This is the voltage, the matrix formed by the voltage across the elements. So the matrix of voltage across the elements is formed by multiplying the bus incidence matrix with the V bus matrix. Okay. So if we multiply these two, I'll take a new color. What do we get? We get V branch 1, V branch 2, V link 3. That is minus V1, V2, V1 minus V2. That means the voltage across branch 1, that is this, is minus V1. Voltage across branch 2 is V2 and voltage across branch 3 is V1 minus V3. V2. Clear? Check. Okay. Then let us do this. Y capital A V bus. Okay, by the way, till this part, everything is okay. Sania,
Yes, sir.
till this part, you're okay with this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now,
Yes, sir.
so till this part, what we have done is A into V bus. This we have done. If we multiply with Y, then we should get I plus J. Now, what is Y? Y is the matrix formed by the elements. It's called the primitive matrix. Okay. How do you form Y matrix now? Now, by the way, these for our benefit, we are taking this 3, 7, and 5 as mo, okay, as admittances. So it will be easier for us to work. So Y should be written as 3, 0, 0, 0, 5, 0, 0, 0, 7. Okay. Y is written like this. How are you writing this? We are thinking about the element number 1. Element number 1 is here. Element number 1 has 3 moles. Admittance is of 3. Element number 2 has admittance of 5, and element number 3 has admittance of 7. This is called a primitive Y matrix. Now you do this calculation. What will happen? That means you are multiplying this and this. You have till now everything. This part is clear, so I'm going to remove this part. Okay. Anyone, if you have any problem, please tell me. Okay. So I think we're okay with this. So I'm going to what to remove. I'm removing this part. I'm removing this. Fine. Okay. So if you multiply this with this, you will have minus 3 V1, 5 V2, V1 minus V2. Yes?
Sir, 7.
Sorry. 7 into with the most. Yeah, it's 7 V1 minus V2. Now tell me, what do you think this minus 3 V1 is? Minus 3 V1 is the current through this, right?
Yes, sir.
5 V2 is the current through this. And 7 V2 minus V1 minus V2 is the current through this. this current, if you go to the primitive network, the element was something like this. This was the element. You have this I, okay, and you have this J. Here it is I plus J. You are talking about this. This is here. So this 3 minus 3v1, this matrix is nothing but an I matrix and a J matrix. Is it okay? We'll talk about what is an I matrix and the J matrix here. But till now, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Anyone having a doubt, you please tell me. Any one of you, if you have a doubt, please tell me. So, just wait a second, let me remove this. Now, what is this I? Let us say this I is I1, I2. Sorry, this was the second branch. Yes, I2, and this is I3. Okay, this would be I1, I2, I3 plus. Can you tell me what would be the J? One, 2, 0. Tell me if you have any doubt. Is it okay? Understand it properly.
Sir, J matrix.
J matrix. See, the rows are from the elements. So there are 3 elements. First element from the graph, second element, and the third element. First element is basically this. What is the J in that? 1. Second element is basically this. What is the J in that? 2. But here the third element or the link, it has no current source. So the current source here is 0. It is only I3. Till now clear?
What if the direction of currents are opposite?
Huh?
What if the direction of the currents sources are opposite?
No,
Will we write
see, whatever the direction you take, now here, for example, the direction, let me use one more color. I took the direction here, okay, but if you solve it, you will get a negative value. But that is different. First, you need to take a value of direction, okay, then you solve it. Why I am telling you this? This is the way you solve it through graph theory. And actually, from the graph theory, your mesh analysis and node voltage analysis comes. So this is the basic structure of how the graph theory is. That is, you can see for every element, the matrix of I plus the matrix of J gives you the matrix of the primitive Y into voltage across the elements. That is the basic structure. Now, look at this. What I have said, that if we pre-multiply with AT, that is A transpose, to this, we have already found out what was the right hand side of the equation, YA V bus. Now we multiply with A transpose, okay, to this. So you have A transpose into I, A transpose into J, and this A transpose into YA V bus. Now here they said that each component of the n-dimensional vector ATI is the algebraic sum of the element currents leaving the nodes. You won't able to get it. Let us do it. So this was our A matrix. Now tell me the A transpose. A transpose would be 2 cross 3. This was 3 cross 2. A transpose would be 2 cross 3. So it will be -1, 0,
0, 1.
0, 1, and
1
1
minus.
minus 1 minus 1. Now, can you multiply this A transpose matrix into I, this I matrix? What will you get if I multiply this and this?
minus I1 plus I3,
Yes, minus
I2 minus I3.
I1 plus I3, and next
I2
is
minus I3.
I2 and I3. I2 minus I3. You see this both path I1 and I3, I1 and I3 is 0. This is actually the Kirchhoff's law. Whatever current is getting in, that current should get out. The I1 and I3 should be 0. Minus I1 and I3 should be 0. I2 and I3 should be 0. So A transpose into I is basically 0. Think over. Just take 1 minute and just tell me whether you're getting it or not. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
See, I'm going to record this video. Okay, do it by yourself. Only then you'll going to understand. So we have seen this A transpose I will A transpose into I will is a 0 matrix. So hence this is true. What about J now? A transpose J. A transpose J. Multiply this A transpose with this J matrix. Okay, let us take in order to understand, we will not use 1 and 2. We'll use J1 and J2. Okay, this current source will talk as J1. This current source will talk as J2. We'll mark it as J2. So you will have this matrix J1, J2, and 0. So you multiply this J matrix with this A transpose. So A transpose into J matrix would be
Minus J1, J2.
what minus, sorry, I cannot write it. check. Minus J1 and minus J1 plus, what is that? Minus J1 and this is J2. Just tell me what is the answer. Then I'm getting confused. Multiply this matrix A transpose matrix with J. This matrix you multiply with J. So you have minus J, 0 and 0. And J2. And this would be, so this would be your, this would be 0. So this would be my J matrix. Okay. So finally, we write like this. This is this J bus. This becomes the J bus. Okay. And hence, this equation comes as J bus is equal to A transpose Y A V bus. So this is actually what you are looking for. That is the J bus or the matrix formed by all the current sources to the buses is equal to A transpose into Y into A into V bus. From here, we can say that Y bus, that is this actual bus admittance matrix is given as A transpose Y into A. Okay, so what okay, Y bus is equal to A transpose Y into A. So what would be Y bus for our circuit? Okay, our Y bus would be A transpose, that is, I want you to solve it. Everyone solve it for me. You know A transpose is this. Y is this one. And A is, yes, I just rubbed it out. Just try it for 1 minute. Everyone just try it for a minute. Let all of you try, and I will write it. I'm not going to do the multiplication. I'm going to write it directly. And you're going to tell me how I did it. This is the bus admittance matrix. Did you get it? All of you? Tanya?
Sir, I'm solving, sir.
Solve karo.
Yes.
You should get something like this.
Yes.
Solve karo. I hope people are solving. Remember, you have to multiply this to this, then this to this, or any way, or but do not confuse the direction, because in the matrix, post multiply and pre multiply are different. Okay, I'll ask you to do it by yourself. This is something you should get. Okay, just stop for a while. Okay, I'll just give you one example. Why have I written this? Because it is nothing but this is your this self admin. So there are two nodes. So self at 7 and 3 admittance is connected to node 1. So the self admittance becomes 7 plus 3. Self admittance for node 2 is 12 because 5 and 7. And this is the transfer admittance, that is the admittance minus. So this becomes your Y bus matrix. Okay. Just for an example, figure 6.2. What is figure 6.2? Okay. So for this is the figure 6.2. They have found out the bus admittance matrix. What they have done, there are 9 elements. Okay. So this 9 elements, they have written like this. they have given the we multiply with the A matrix. When you multiply by the A matrix, they are getting something like this. Okay. Then when you multiply by the A transpose, they are getting are the self admittances. Remember, it has four nodes. Just check. It has four nodes: 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. It had four nodes. The Y bus is 4 cross 4. On the diagonal elements, the sum of all the admittance connected to that particular node. So this should be the sum of all the element connected to node 1. This is sum of the element connected to node 2. This is some of the element connected to node 3. This is some of the elements connected to node 4. What are these are called the off diagonal elements. These off diagonal elements are there only when there is a connection between these two nodes. Look at this node. This node is position 1, 2. So it is between node 1 and node 2. Node 1 and node 2. Let us see node 1 and node 2. There is a connection between node 1 and node 2, element 7. Okay. So there should be in the node 1 and node 2, there should be minus y12. Let's say this element, it is the admittance between node 3 and node 1. Node 3 and node 1. 3 and 1. That is element 9. So there is an admittance. So you'll write that admittance with a negative sign. Let us check the 0. This is first node and fourth node. First and 4. There is no connection between first and 4. First and 4, there is no connection, and hence it is 0. So till now, is it clear to all of you, or there is certain doubt? Ram Rai, if you are there, tell me. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's okay.
Yeah. So I hope, see this, how it found it has been calculated is this Y bus is obtained by this A transpose into Y into A. But I just told you to do it by yourself. This is a small matrix that can be done. For a big matrix, that is not feasible for you to do. So basically, the shortcut is, which I have just told you, the diagonal matrix would be the sum of all the admittance connected to that node, and the off diagonal matrix would be the element that is connected between these two nodes. If there is no connection, admittance will be 0. Okay. So just as a homework, okay, just uh, look at this graph. I'll zoom it. Try to find out the Y bus from this graph. Okay, I have already told you how to do it. Just you try to find out the Y bus from this graph by yourself. Okay, you can take a screenshot or whatever. Okay, so this is the this is the graph, and I'll show you the y bus matrix. Just check whether you are doing it properly or not. Just take a screenshot or something. I'll just give it a second. Okay, this is the graph, and this is the answer. This is the y bus matrix. This is the answer. Just try to do and see whether you can. This is done. This is the you are getting the same answer or not. Okay, take the screenshot. Okay, this is the end of this class. I'm sorry to bring you at this hour, but if it is okay for you, then sometimes we can sit in this evening and we can discuss. Okay, so this is not I'm not taking any attendance, and I'm not bothered about the attendance. But if you want to learn, you come. We'll discuss on it. Any issues, you can tell me right now, so we can solve it. Anyone? Siri, Tanya, Soumya,
So,
any issues you want to discuss, or
no,
rather
sir, I'll
you at
solve
least
and then I'll ask.
at least you solve this circuit. If you
Yes.
solve this circuit, then you're going to understand what is going on. Okay, so I'll just try to solve the circuit, and whatever book you have, I've given you a couple of PDFs. You can go through them. You can solve the circuit and try to have the feel of how the circuit is done. Okay, tomorrow I guess we have a class. We'll continue with this. So I'm not going to repeat this again. In the next tomorrow I'll come to a different topic. Okay, where we are going to solve the power flow. We have to now talk about the y whatever that thing is done. Now we'll talk about the power flow, how we calculate the power. Okay, so we'll go through that. So I'll stop the sharing if I can. Yeah. Okay, uh you can thank you all for being there. Hopefully you have learned something. In the next class we'll come to this power flow. Okay, as of now you can leave. Thank you so much.